What is up, everybody? Steve here. I came across an article with the Ramsey Solutions provided by Dave Ramsey and his team, and it talks about the fourth stimulus check that is coming. And I'm going to review this article, and I'm going to go by every state and what they're actually providing, because every state is different on who this stimulus check is going to go to, so you guys can get some value out of this. And also, if you're in a situation where you're relying on these stimulus checks, be sure to subscribe to this channel, because we do talk a lot about personal finance. And also, I'm going to link below a good video that I did on how to become financially free. So take these stimulus checks and do what you can do to get out of personal debt. That's my biggest advice for you guys. But let's jump into this article real quick. So essentially, we had the American Rescue Plan that rolled out, and all 50 states were given $195 billion, basically $500 million minimum for each state, to help fund their own economic recovery closer to home. And I'm going to scroll down here so you guys can see exactly what states are giving exactly what and to whom. So let's scroll down to Arizona. Arizona has what's called the Back to Work program, is offering $2,000 stimulus checks to those who got a job after being on unemployment. In the state of California is making $75,000 or less were sent a one-time check of $600 or $1,200 as part of the Golden State Stimulus. And with the Golden State Stimulus 2, they could be eligible for a second stimulus payment anywhere from $500 to $1,100. State of Colorado, they sent $375 to folks that have gotten at least one unemployment check payment between March 15th and October 24th back in 2020. Maine, $285 checks are going out to say thank you to those who were in the workforce during the pandemic. And also, if you look, you can see these little highlighted numbers. If you click each one of those, Dave Ramsey Solutions did a great job at being able to reference to each individual website as well, so you can get in there and apply for your specific state. Maryland, anyone who filed for earned income tax credit on their 29 taxes can get stimulus checks worth $500 for families, $300 for individuals. Missouri, $250 per paycheck for folks to thank them for the work during the pandemic. If you worked in a mental health facility, nursing home, correctional facility, or jail. New Mexico, $5 million is to be given out to people who didn't qualify for federal stimulus. New Mexicans that fall in a lower income group will get a one-time payment of $750. New York, $3,200 to $15,600 one-time unemployment benefits to workers who lost employment or income during the COVID-19 pandemic. Dang, that's a lot. Vermont Frontline Employees Hazard Pay Grant Program gave checks $1,200 to $2,000 to frontline workers who served during the beginning months of the pandemic. Now this is for teachers. So Florida teachers will be getting a $1,000 bonus, although some of the details to qualify are up in the air. If you're a teacher in the Sunshine State, check with your local district to see if you can get in on this. All of my teachers out there, be sure that you guys are paying close attention to this and get your money. You guys are so underappreciated for the amount of bullshit that you have to deal with day to day. Georgia, same thing, $1,000 for both full-time teachers and administrators. Part-time teachers will even get $500. Michigan, $500 to the teachers, $250 to school support staff. Michigan, up that to $1,000. Come on now. Tennessee, $1,000 part-time, $500. Texas, they're actually gifting a 2 to 4% raise, $500 bonus, and even $2,000 incentive for some teachers to return to the classroom. There's been a big wave of teachers just leaving the classroom because they're sick and tired of all the bullshit and mandates and everything else. So hopefully a lot of these mandates have been eliminated in most of these states and most of these school districts, so people can get back to normal. All right, what cities are giving out 4 stimulus checks? Chicago, $500 checks to 5,000 people each month throughout 2022, selected random as a lottery system. That is, I think, some bullshit, because if you don't really need the money and you're part of this lottery, maybe there's a requirement to even enter in the lottery. I don't know. But obviously you can click that little 19 and find out more additional information on that. Los Angeles handing out payments to low-income residents for a year. This program, called Big Leap, will give 3,200 randomly chosen people $1,000 each month. I mean, that's a game changer for a lot of people. So if you're in these cities, be sure you guys are applying if you guys do need the funds and you guys qualify. Pittsburgh, Assured Cash Experiment gives 200 low-income residents $500 a month for 2 years. The program will spend $2.5 million on lower-income zip codes. Santa Ana stimulus program called Revive Santa Ana Resident Stimulus Program, give out $6 million to neighborhoods that fall below the poverty level in Santa Ana. Payments of $300 will be uploaded on prepaid debit cards and given out door to door to $20,000 residents. Something like that. I think that it could be completely corrupted, so I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. They could have people that are, I don't know. I could see a lot of corruption happen there. Seattle, one of the most generous payouts for stimulus checks on the list. The Seattle Relief Fund is a $16 million program, gives payments $1,000 to $3,000 to low-income residents of the Emerald City. And then it goes on, will there be another stimulus check from the federal government? I think that is, they're even saying it's a long shot at this point. There's been a lot of money printing. There's been a lot of stimulus checks put out there. And with that much currency put into the system, it has adverse consequences like high inflation. So I think that I don't see much more of this. So this was already money that was allocated to all the individual states. And it looks like a good majority, 41%, utilize it for necessities like food and bills, which I think that's awesome because it shows that people really did need the stimulus checks. And again, if you guys are in a situation where you guys are paycheck to paycheck and you're kind of struggling along, be sure you subscribe to this channel as well as even the Dave Ramsey channel. There's a lot of good, solid advice out there. And, as mentioned, I'm going to put a link below on how you can achieve financial freedom. There's simple steps that you can take. And number one step, though, is to get out of consumer debt. And I'll leave you with this. The Fed is increasing rates. They just did 25 basis points recently. They're talking another 50 basis points probably sooner than later. And, toward the end of the year, it could be 2, 3, 4%. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. So any kind of adjustable debt that you're in, like credit cards, they're all going to skyrocket. And if you guys have credit card debt right now, that is the worst position that you guys can be in. So be sure that you guys are getting out of any kind of consumer debt and stay out of consumer debt. If you can get those credit cards paid off and you're bad with spending, then just cut them up for now. You can always get another one in the future. Don't cancel or don't I suggest that you don't close down those accounts, but at least get those cards out of sight, out of mind. As always, I appreciate every subscriber on this channel. If you're not subscribed yet, please do so. It is free. Go ahead and click that. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for being here.